Chipped away there by Mellon. Kluszewski still on the corner. Going to the boards there. Pushed out behind Solin, and he gets a shot attempt off still. Goes off the hands of Cyril Spillman. Mellon, far side to Nilsson. Nilsson in the center lane. He'll go to Åkesson. Behind himself to Gunnar Harstedt. Shot attempt goes wide right off the backboards. Kapotaka sending it down the line. Axel Salonen, the machine. In the close corner. He'll send it back to Tim Stoltz. Down to Bjerkefeld to Taka. Taka goes cross court. Stoltz deflected by Harstedt. Åkesson trying to get it back out to Harstedt. Now Mellon recovering again at the point. He'll go behind the goal as Stoltz pursuing him from behind, while Ohio trying to make substitutions. The pass to Matt Smith on the wing, looking for Slod. Unable to find him. Tuomas Korhonen facing pressure from behind by Smith. Slod coming up to help him. Peter Slod on the pursuit there, coming behind Andreas Kluszewski. Ball goes with Salonen on his shoulder, out of bounds. It'll be a hit in here for the Ohio Aviators. Grenapin set to take it. Down to Smith. To Grenapin. The shot goes off the legs there of Sinez. Matt Smith off the boards. Goes to Justin Knight. Back to Smith. Across, Peter Slod. Close call on the shot attempt, sailing wide right out of bounds. You could hear the cheers there from the Ohio bench after the close call shot by their goalkeeper, who has been playing phenomenally well here in his first start as a field player. The pass finds Stoltz, trying to get it around Smith. He's able to get it to Kapotaka. Down to Salonen. The spin to break around Knight, unsuccessful. The machine on the Knight Rider is Matt Smith, able to come away with it. In center, Grenapin. He finds it and follows it off the legs of Bjerkefeld. He has it on the far wing. Backing off, he comes to Kortmans. Down to Slod, another close call. Deflected off the body of his own man. Now Justin Knight, the spin around, he shoots. It's off the legs of Mula. Salonen ball chipped away by Kortmans. Gets to Slod, but it's going to be called back. Free hit here for the Sockeyes. Just over 5 minutes have passed so far in the first period. Still scoreless here, live from Duluth. Close side, Salonen to Kluszewski. Driving in, a save by Spillman. Brorsen gets it out to Hannes Karlsson. Karlsson looking down for Österström. He'll pass back out to Brorsen, half court. Down to Österström. Taken by Taka. Behind himself comes to Axel Salonen. Cross court, Stoltz looking for Taka. Chipped away there by Felix Österström. Far side, Philip Lundmark. He's got Blixt, cross court. Blixt unable to get the shot attempt off. It'll be chipped off the legs there of Kapotaka. Far side, it goes to Tim Stoltz. Behind himself. Now Axel Salonen, the machine, taking a breather. One of the biggest struggles for the Seattle squad this season was a depth chart problem. Most of the time only having 10 field players they can run. And even at that, having a dearth of defenders, meaning for a lot of the season, they had to work with just Taka and Bjerkefeld as defenders. The two of them spending generally around 40 minutes on the court in any given game. Of course, it's difficult to sustain the same level of play in the second and third periods whenever you're dealing with that kind of a lack of stamina and a lack of depth. And we've seen that be one of the biggest struggles that the Sockeyes had this season. Of course, they would come out with great first period play. And as the season went on, thanks to head coach Tuomas Korhonen, they found ways to innovate their strategy, such that even on counterattacks, they would be able to position their men such that they would be running as little as possible to try and maintain that energy for late game pushes. Korhonen facing pressure from Åkesson. Åkesson forcing Korhonen all the way behind his own goal. He'll back off. Still facing pressure from Åkesson. Korhonen now coming up through the crease. He'll go far side to Mueller. Korhonen once again, Seattle giving their players time to take a breath here. 7.5 minutes have passed so far. in this first period. Neither team has been able to gain substantial offensive traction. Now Seattle looking to change that after prolonged possession. It's still going to be a Seattle ball as they look to hit it in. It's going to be Salonen and Kluszewski. Off the boards to Taka. Bjerkefeld to Taka. Salonen goes back to Taka. Seattle still being defensive with the ball here. A little less conservative with that pass to Bjerkefeld. Alejandro coming up for the press. Now Bjerkefeld, center lane, the pass close wing. Finds Salonen, goes to Taka. Far side, Kluszewski. Off the boards to Stoltz. Back down, comes off the boards. Capo Taka recovering. Alejandro, the only player with some press here for this Ohio Aviators defense. He's able to get a stick on the ball there. It'll roll out of bounds. It'll be an Aviators hit in. Justin Knight, front of the crease, goes far side to Grenepen. Back to Knight. To Kortmach. Deflected there by Stoltz. It's now a mad grab for possession in the center. Kortmach shot against Ben Kitty. It's saved. The two Canadian floorballers. Now Kluszewski, close side. Driving down, he needs a man to pass to. He finds Salonen, but he's in a 2-on-1 on the boards. Grenepen able to come away with it. He'll get it to Matt Smith. To Grenepen. Over to Schlad. A close call as it's kicked up by Ben Kitty. Ohio seems to be working hard to get Peter Schlad every scoring opportunity they can as he makes his field player debut. Grenepen to Schlad. Back out to Kortmach. Off the boards to Schlad. Spinning down and around, chipped away there. Sinez driving down now into Ohio territory. He was able to get it past Knight, but not Kortmach. Mula still with the ball here for the Sockeyes. He'll pass back out to Tuomas Korhonen. Matt Smith pursuing him deep in Seattle territory. Smith from behind, chipping it in front. Grenepen sending it towards the crease, but Smith not going to pursue it. Taka now behind the goal. He'll pass to Arnold Bjerkefeld. Back down to Capo Taka. In the center, Kluszewski. On the wing, Salonen cross court. Finds Stoltz. Back to Bjerkefeld. Down to Capo Taka. In the center, Kluszewski. The shot is good. The Seattle Sockeyes first on the board. Axel Salonen had passed the ball off, but he never left the crease area. And as the ball came around on the close wing, he was able to screen for Andreas Kluszewski in the box. Phenomenal two-person in-tight offense there by the Seattle Sockeyes. And with the Kluszewski goal, 9:49 remaining in the first, it's now Seattle 1, Ohio 0. Korhonen taking his time. He'll go far side to Mueller. Trying to get the angle around Alejandro. He gets the pass off to Korhonen. Korhonen driving down. He'll come into the center court. Far side to Pierce. Cross court looking for Sinez, but it goes off the boards. Alvin Nilsson able to recover. Nilsson to Mellon. Chipping it through to the crease, but Korhonen had the angle before Alejandro. To the boards now, getting taken out as Kalle Harstedt takes a shot attempt with power from the wing. Off the save by Ben Kitty. Ohio still with possession. Nilsson now. Goes out to Åkesson. Far side, Harstedt another powerful shot attempt wide right off the backboards. Nilsson behind the goal, losing control as Mueller sends it to the corner. Zach Mellon there to recover. Nilsson to Harstedt. Back over to Nilsson on the wing. He'll find Mellon around the goal line. Needing a man to pass to. He'll come to Harstedt. Shot attempt from deep off the helmet of Ben Kitty. Korhonen will spin around to break some space from Zach Mellon. Mueller, the pass down to Sinez. Unable to break the ball out just yet. Nilsson finds Mellon. He's got Schlott in front. Off of a kick, the ball goes to Arnold Bjerkefeld, but Harstead able to chip it up in the air. It'll sail wide out of bounds. It's going to be a hit in here for the Ohio Aviators with just over 8 minutes remaining. Matt Smith to take it. He passes to the Knight Rider, Justin Knight at the point. Back down to Matt Smith. The spin around. Cross court deflected by Klaszewski. Finds Stoltz. Pass attempt deflected off the body of Grenapin. Klaszewski to Stoltz, unable to get the shot attempt off. But now Schlott, unable to stay with the ball as he tried to drive down into Seattle territory. Cross court, Grenapin. Shot attempt just deflected. Schlott able to recover here for the Aviators. Peter Schlott looking across to Grenapin. Pass sailing wide. Grenapin still able to come away with it. Off the boards to Kortmach. Grenapin on the far wing. To Knight. Through his legs. Still able to recover against Kapotaka. Smith losing control. Kapotaka taking it. He's got Stoltz on the breakaway in front. Instead, he'll try cross court. Goes off the foot of Knight. Smith sends it to the far side. Taka still able to recover. Schlott playing defense. Smooth moves by Kapotaka. Gets it to Stoltz. Forced out there by Knight. Schlott sends it down to Matt Smith. Smith driving on the wing. The shot goes off the body of Bjerkefeld out of bounds. It's going to be a hit in for the Ohio Aviators. In the close corner, it's Osterstrom and Carlson here. On the hit in for Ohio, deflected there by Korhonen. Osterstrom back to Carlson. At the point, Caleb Brorsen. Back down to Carlson. Looking for the shot, just wide right off the top of the boards. It'll go out of bounds. Hit in here for the Seattle Sockeyes. The Aviators with 4 shots on goal compared to Seattle's 2. But still, Ohio yet to convert on their offense. Korhonen set to take it. They go to Mula. Mula coming around in the center will find Pierce. Back to Korhonen. Shot attempt from deep goes on the outside of the goal, but Pierce able to recover here for the Sockeyes. Push to the boards. It's going to draw a foul. Off the Brorsen contact, it's a free hit here for the Seattle Sockeyes. Axel Solinen's going to come out and get set to take it in the corner. Bjerkefeld to Taka. Salonen cross court to Bjerkefeld. And a close call there on the Salonen breakaway. The ball chipped out of bounds. It'll be an Ohio Aviators ball. Now, Albin Nilsson in the center lane, the 3-year NAFL veteran, passing behind himself to Åkesson. Backing off a bit here. He's got Harstead far wing. Said he's going to try deep for Alejandro. Chipped away by Bjerkefeld, but it's going to draw the foul. Free hit for Ohio now in Seattle territory. Both teams getting loud here. Mellon getting ready to take it. We'll go to Åkesson. Back to Mellon on the wing. Åkesson, the shot attempt goes off the body of Klaszewski, rolling off the back of Bjerkefeld. Nilsson looking to break it away. Come to the boards, Kalle Harstead. Chipped away by Axel Salonen. Now with an opportunity on the wing. He's got Åkesson to beat. He gets the shot attempt off, but it sails wide right. Harstead on Stoltz in the corner. It comes down the line. Zach Mellon now. He'll go across to Åkesson. Shot attempt high over the net. It'll be a hit in here for the Seattle Sockeyes. In the corner, it's going to be Mueller and Korhonen set to take it. The chip pass looking for Mueller. Had some miscommunication. Schlott was able to get there, but he forced it out of bounds. It's going to be another hit in for the Sockeyes. Down to Mula. Pierce, back to Mulla, back to Pierce on the wing. Looking to create an opportunity. It's chipped away. Matt Smith now for the Aviators, driving down to Grenapin. Powerful shot just out of bounds. It'll be a hit in here for the Sockeyes. Five minutes, 8 seconds left on the clock. Seattle still the only team to score this period. Bjerkefeld far side. He'll come cross court to Kluszewski on the wing. Down deep to Axel Salonen. To Bjerkefeld, a close call, but he wasn't able to get the shot attempt off as Cyril Spillman went sprawling in the crease. Off the boards, Kluszewski looking down the line, but it's stolen by Smith. To Schlad. To Knight, far side, Kortmach. Off the boards to Grenapin. He'll get boxed out by Kapotaka. Smooth moves around Matt Smith. Gets the ball to Kluszewski. Back to Kapotaka. Grenapin not giving up yet. The chip pass. Tim Stoltz, far side. In center to Bjerkefeld. Off the boards. Stoltz shot attempt out of bounds off the body of Thomas Kortmach. Tim Stoltz looking across for Salonen. It goes on the legs of Spillman. His pass goes all the way down around Grenapin to Kapotaka. Seattle retakes possession. Kluszewski behind himself. Salonen with space on the wing. The machine puts one away for the Seattle Sockeyes. Kluszewski drew the defenders into the center, leaving Salonen space on the wing. It was a narrow angle, but he tried it and was able to send one over the shoulder of Cyril Spillman. Seattle extending their lead here. 4 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the first. Your score, Sockeyes 2, Aviators 0. Recovery there, Korhonen on the face-off. Pierce to the boards. Off a push, it's going to be a free hit here for the Seattle Sockeyes. Korhonen coming up to take it. Pierce and Korhonen. Cross court finds Mulla. Down the line to Sinez. Facing pressure from Åkesson, support from Mulla. It appears the ball trampled underfoot. New ball in on the court now. Under 4 minutes remaining for the face-off. It's Mulla on Åkesson. Albin Nilsson gets the pass out. Off the boards, Åkesson now on a counterattack for Ohio. Chipped up by Pierce. Goes wide right of the goal as Mulla takes a tumble. More heavy contact behind the goal line here as Åkesson has to use the boards to keep himself upright. Korhonen on Alejandro. The ball gets out to Mueller on Harstedt. Still unable to come away with it yet. It goes to Åkesson far side. Chipped there by Sinez. Comes to Mueller. He'll pass to Korhonen as substitutions come in here for the Seattle Sockeyes squad. Kluszewski, close wing. Back out to Kapotaka. Far side to Arnold Bjerkefeld. Back to Kluszewski. Find himself Taka, far side to Bjerkefeld. Kluszewski over to Stoltz. The shot attempt on the outside of the net. Cyril Spillman able to get to it with a pass to Nilsson. Ohio still scoreless in the first. We'll see if they can use these last 3 minutes to get something going offensively. Pass back to Matt Smith. Smith sending Kortmach and Knight in motion. We'll have Grenapin in center now. Will come close wing. Thomas Kortmach. Cross court. Finds Schlad. Peter Schlad, the pass to Justin Knight. Chipped up by Salonen. Still comes out. Kortmach, a spinning pass stolen there by Salonen before Knight could get to it, but he's able to get the angle off of a possession battle on the boards. Smith, close wing. Behind himself, Kortmach now in the center lane. Bounding to the far side, he passes to Justin Knight. Now Smith, chipping the ball out of bounds as he tried to field that ball. It's going to be a Seattle hit in. Tuomas Korhonen Goes back out to Mueller. Down to Korhonen. Korhonen behind the goal. Still got pressure from Smith here. A half spin, unable to create the separation he wants from Smith. Korhonen losing some control here. Coming through the front of the crease. Schlad now the one on defense. Normally he's inside the goal, not looking for it. Peter Schlad, far side. He'll go to Kortmach. Kortmach looking down. Finds Smith behind the boards. Ohio still with possession here. Grenopin looking for a man. He'll go to Smith again behind the goal line. Back to Grenopin. Far side, Thomas Kortmach. Sailing past Peter Schlad. Not enough aggression there. Now it's going to be a battle in the corner. Mueller on Schlad. Minute 15 remaining. Matt Smith behind the goal again. Peter Schlad unable to get the shot attempt off. But Justin Knight on recovery here for Ohio. Goes off the backboards. Korhonen sends it down the line. Evan Pierce with an opportunity here around Kortmach. Pierce driving down the shot. Just chipped up by Justin Knight. Justin Knight just in time there. 55 seconds remaining on the clock. Seattle now in Ohio territory. Tim Stoltz comes to Bjerkefeld. Down to Taka. Back out to Taka. Far side, Bjerkefeld. Andreas Blixt, coach, player, and owner of the Ohio Aviators team. Currently the up man for the defense. Brorsen and Salonen. Salonen spinning around, trying to make something happen. 30 seconds on the clock. Brorsen nearly carrying the machine on his back there as he broke out possession. Brorsen down deep, looking for Blixt. It's chipped away by Kluszewski. 20 seconds left on the clock, close side. Salonen on Osterstrom. It's going to draw the free hit here, awarded to Seattle. Otto Bjerkefeld to Kluszewski. Bjerkefeld far side to Stoltz. Coming across to Kluszewski. The Ohio Aviators bench counting down, saying 3-2-1 when there's still 10 seconds on the clock, trying to get in the head of the Seattle Sockeyes. Wasn't able to work. At the end of the first period here, your score, Seattle Sockeyes 2, Ohio Aviators 0. Seattle coming away with a shutout first period after their win yesterday against the Fresno Force. Floorball fans, it's certainly going to be an interesting matchup. We'll see you in just over 10 minutes with the second period of play here between Seattle and Ohio. And of course, stay tuned during the intermission as we bring you another exclusive NAFL player interview. Well, Floorball fans, after that exciting first period of play between the Seattle Sockeyes and Ohio Aviators, we're joined here by number 77, Andreas Kluszewski. How are you feeling after that first?
Yeah, I think after the game yesterday, then we of course have a lot of confidence. I think we play a solid period in the first period here. We can play a little bit more smart, better ball movement and a little bit more effective. But I think overall, then it's good. Then it's good. We are leading, so we are happy.
Now, obviously, your team has had a lot of games where you've struggled with stamina, struggled with energy, but it seems you've been able to shift your strategy over time to compensate for that. Can you walk us through some of those decisions?
Yeah, I think when we know what we have as our what we're doing well and what we need to work better on. But I think we have been talking together and then we just say we cannot go all the tournament without winning games. So and last day evening, then we was really want to win. We was fighting and have the right attitude the whole way. So still when we was getting a bad start, then we was going together as a team, and that's really strong that we can show that. And that also the same style we should do the rest of this game.
And Andreas, obviously your team looks to you as a leader. We see you coaching from the bench on the court. What has your perspective been, having been one of the leaders of your group, at the reaction, at the chemistry, the strong bonds that have formed between your team?
it's really important that something is how good the team is on the field, but you can never win anything if you don't have a good social thing on the team, both on the pitch but also off the pitch. So it's really important there is this chemistry, and there is no one there is don't like each other or anything. Everybody have harmony and love each other, self with the results that's not going to our favor. So we are a good group, and we know what we need to work on to get more wins. I hope we will get the second here in the last game of this tournament, and then of course from this on in the future we try to do it even better next season.
Well, Andres Kluszewski, congratulations on the win yesterday, and best of luck in the second and third periods today. Thank you for joining us. And Floorball fans, don't worry, we'll be back in just a few minutes with the second period of play between the Sockeyes and the Aviators. Well, welcome back, Floorball fans, as we get ready to head down to the court for the second period of play here between the Ohio Aviators and the Seattle Sockeyes. Coming out of that first period, it was a shutout for the Aviators. A rare form indeed, as the Sockeyes seemingly finding their rhythm here. Seattle coming out of a major win yesterday against the Fresno Force. They're looking to carry that momentum and come away with another win to close out the season. For the Ohio Aviators, it looks like their line structures that they've been running out there today have been focused on distribution of time, of goal-scoring opportunities, of defense, trying to make sure that everyone on their team has an opportunity to get touches in today, including goalkeeper Peter Schlan, typically their starter, the two-time Troy Cup champion, is making his field player debut today wearing 35 for the Aviators. And a shot by Matt Smith, good! A beautiful goal indeed by Matt Smith, able to put it away with a unique celebration there down on the court. It was a rapid back shot he was able to fire off. It started with Kordemansch at the point. It was a rebound inside the crease. Matt Smith able to put it away, of course, former captain of the Fresno squad. Now leading out the Ohio Aviators to take flight. With the Matt Smith goal, the Aviators scoring drought is over. Your score with 19:21 remaining in the second. Seattle Sockeyes 2, Ohio Aviators 1. Lundmark, the pass to Osterstrom. Comes to Hannes Karlsson. Down the line, finds Lundmark. Shot attempt by Brorsen just wide left. Osterstrom in the corner. Looking for an opportunity. He'll go to Kalle Brorsen. Shot goes off the body of Pierce. It'll bounce out of bounds. It's going to be a hit in here for the Aviators. Goes far side. Osterstrom back to Lundmark at the point. Hannes Karlsson in his own territory. El Pistolero looking for a man to pass to. He'll go far side to Osterstrom. Brorsen. Cross court finds Lundmark. Brorsen, shot wide left. Mueller off the boards, trying to recover. Brorsen with the pressure, leaving the wing wide open. The ball flowing to Tuomas Korhonen. Brorsen coming to meet him. Playing ring around the rosy there in Seattle territory. Mueller finally takes the pass from Korhonen. Off the boards, back to Korhonen, facing the 2-on-1 pincer. He's got Taka open wide. The ball miraculously staying in bounds. Taka spinning around. Far side, Salonen shot wide left. Stoltz against Karlsson on the boards. It's going to be a free hit awarded here to the Sockeyes. Just over 2 minutes have passed so far in the second period. Seattle still scoreless this time around, but a close game here, only facing a narrow one-goal deficit against the Ohio Aviators. Stoltz battling with Mellon on the boards. He's going to draw another foul. Free hit here for the Seattle Sockeyes. Stoltz to take it. Comes across. Kluszewski. Shot goes off the legs of Osterstrom. To Hannes Karlsson. Trying to break around Solin, and he can't find the angle. Karlsson sending it back to the backboard. Seattle not letting up this pressure deep in Seattle territory. Mellon. Back out to Honestedt. Down to Mellon once more. Behind himself. Honestedt again. Far side. He's got Nilsson. On the wing. He'll look. Pass to Åkesson. Looking in for Alejandro inside the crease. Unable to find him. Bjerkefeld on Alejandro. Bjerkefeld. Smooth moves. Breaks off Nilsson. Far side. Solid and with space. The shot just wide left. Off the boards. Stoltz going to the ground. It's going to be a free hit here for the Sockeyes. Now Stoltz set to take it. The pass to Salonen. Taking his time. Mellon losing some control of the ball behind himself, but he has no one to pass to yet. He's going to have to chip it down to Connor Honestedt. Honestedt in center lane. looking close side. First time deflected off the body. It stole second time. It didn't have enough power. And off the last-ditch pass by Åkesson, it's now Bjerkefelt in the corner. Alejandro not letting up the press. Bjerkefelt in traffic. Goes to Klizuski. Close side, Kapotaka. Bjerkefelt to Taka in center. Back out to Bjerkefelt. Stoltz now. He's going to cancel the sweep. He'll go back down to Mula. Taka comes down to Stoltz. Shot deflected off the legs of Cyril Spillman. Salonen far side comes to Bjerkefelt. Half court down to Mula. Shot attempt this time off the legs of Zach Mellon. Kapotaka looking to recover. Seattle has done a great job maintaining time of possession so far in the second period. Bjerkefelt backing off a bit here as the ball rolls. Substitutions coming in here for the Aviators squad. Mula back to Bjerkefelt. Far side Taka. Now Nilsson to spin around as he takes possession here for Ohio. Grenapin in the center lane. Over to Mellon. Unable to get the shot attempt off. Goes off the legs of Bjerkefelt. Now Salonen. Harstedt to beat. Unable to beat him. The ball going to the backboards. He's still staying with it, but unable to come away with possession. He's still going to draw the foul. Free hit for the Sockeyes. It'll be Antonin Sinez. Backing off, he's going to let Patrick Mula take it. Brief pause going to be taken here as team captain of the Sockeyes. Kapotaka leading from the front, mopping off his goalkeeper, Ben Kitty's area. 15-12 remaining in the second period. The Sockeyes still with a one-goal lead here over the Ohio Aviators. They're going to look to keep that up as they try and notch their second ever franchise win today. Of course, both teams stand eliminated from playoffs. However, they're still playing for bragging rights today. And of course, our matchup at 4 p.m. today between the Texas 39ers and the Minnesota Growlers will determine who meets who in the playoff rankings as we move to our Troy Cup playoff semifinal games tomorrow. And our Troy Cup final played this Sunday, July 28th, live from Duluth, Minnesota. Grenapin back down to Smith. Schlad looking back for Smith, chipped away by Korhonen. Chipped over, Mula losing control, goes Knight to Grenapin. Back to Justin Knight. Just over 5 minutes have passed so far in the second period. Seattle still scoreless this time around. Smith, the pass to Kortmach, looking across the crease to Schlad. Went off the legs of Mula. Schlad able to come away with it, however. Battle for possession in open waters. Pierce able to send it to the boards. He'll have not enough speed to get around Cedric Grenapin, who takes it right back for Ohio. Grenapin coming down the wing. His pass attempt looking for Knight was deflected off the body of Pierce. He has Smith there to recover. He'll pass back to Grenapin in Seattle territory. Sweeping around, Matt Smith close side looking across to Grenapin to complete the offensive, but sailing just a few feet too wide in front. Kortmach now at half court. That ball sailing past Grenapin. Kapotaka trying to capitalize. Schlad sends it to his man Knight looking for Smith, but it was chipped up too high. Now Smith to Knight. He was looking for Grenapin, who appeared to think that Kortmach was behind him. Cyril Spillman coming out of net there to kick the ball to Kortmach. Substitutions going to come onto the court here for the Ohio Aviators squad is number 8, Philip Lundmark, the 3-year NAFL veteran, takes it on the close wing. He goes to Hannes Carlson. Far side, he has Felix Osterstrom. Back down to Carlson. Backing off a bit here. Tim Stoltz edging closer. Carlson looking down for Taka. Bjerkefelt goes to Klizuski. Far side, Salonen. Unable to find a good look from the wing. He'll come back up to Bjerkefelt. Gala Brorsen, number 17, going to pursue him as that pass went a little bit too far, but Bjerkefelt with velocity on the wing to spin around. He needs a man to pass to. Looking for someone, anyone. He'll find the referee who calls a free hit here for the Seattle Sockeyes. Klizuski set to take it. Off the backboards goes to Salonen. Looking for Klizuski inside the crease, but Carlson able to chip it away. Salonen once again behind the Ohio goal. He'll send it down the line to Otto Bjerkefeld. Cross court to Stoltz. Stoltz to Salonen to Kliszewski to the net. The Seattle Sockeyes in their scoring drought as they put one away. Andreas Kliszewski had been in tight inside the crease there, able to make it happen, waiting from the perfect angle right in front of Spillman, running his own screen in a sense. Andreas Kliszewski with another goal on the board. Your score, 12:28 remaining in the second. It's Seattle Sockeyes 3, Ohio Aviators 1. Recovery on the faceoff by the Seattle Sockeyes. Patrick Muller running back to get it. Korhonen, far side, driving down with velocity, cross court to Mueller. To Pierce. Chipped away there by Mellon. Harstead now behind the goal. Mellon, he has Nilsson cross court. Instead he'll go to Harstead. 12 minutes remaining here in the second period. The Aviators now once again facing a 2-goal deficit. That ball chipped away there by Nilsson, still able to find Pierce for Seattle to Sinez. Antonin Sinez puts another away for the Seattle Sockeyes. Kampotaka's pass had been chipped away, but still found its way to Pierce. Sinez had crept towards the front of the crease. He was waiting there at 10-foot range from Cyril Spillman. Able to come up in a big way for his team today. The Belgian floorballer extending the Seattle Sockeyes lead to 3. Your score, Sockeyes 4, Aviators 1. Ball chipped up and out of bounds. It'll be a Seattle hit-in. Down to Kliszewski. Nearly a scoring opportunity, but the pass sailing just a little bit too wild. The spin around. Kliszewski on Knight. They go off the boards looking for Taka. He's going to have to run deep into his own territory to pursue it. Bjerkefeld, close side. Schlan coming up, checking from behind. In the center, Kliszewski. Another goal for the Seattle Sockeyes. The 6th seed in the league seems to be running away with this one so far in the second. It came down to Bjerkefeld, close side. And in the center, Kliszewski had a beautiful look. He was able to convert a hat trick on the match for Andreas Kliszewski. With 11:20 remaining in the second, your score, Seattle 5, Ohio 1. Recovery on the faceoff by the Ohio Aviators. Far side, Nilsson comes back down to Kalle Harstedt. Lundmark close side to Mellon. Back out to Kalle Harstedt. Nilsson trying to make something happen from the wing. He'll lose sight of the ball behind himself. Back out to Harstedt. Nilsson looking across, chipped away by Muller. Shot attempt from deep off the body of his own man, Nilsson. Patrick Muller now on the wing, chips the ball up around Lundmark. Can he get the shot off? He'll try to find Pierce, unable to. Pierce still with possession after a bounce off the board. Sinez with pressure from behind. It's going to draw a free hit here for the Seattle Sockeyes. Kalle Harstedt discussing that call there with referee Corinna Wenger. Unhappy about the call, but still laughing about it. As it comes down to the corner, it's Axel Salonen and Tim Stoltz set to take it for the Sockeyes. Deflected off the body of Mellon. It'll bounce out of bounds. Once more, Seattle Sockeyes ball. Stoltz looking to box out Mellon. Heavy pressure, he's on his heels, unable to get there. Lundmark comes away with the ball around Kliszewski, gets it to Mellon. He's got Taka to beat. He'll shoot, saved by Ben Kitty. Ben Kitty to Kapotaka as the Sockeyes look perhaps the best we've seen them all season. Aging like fine wine here in the 10th match of the 2024 season. Kluszewski shot attempt just wide right off the boards. Kluszewski coming from behind off the net, behind himself. Stoltz to Solin and chipped away by Kalle Harstedt. Harstedt driving down over to Brorsen, chipped away there by Bjerkefeld. Zach Mellon to recover. Substitutions coming onto the court here for the Ohio Aviators. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not they change their line lookup as we enter the last 10 minutes of the second period. Ohio still facing a 4-goal deficit. They came out with some unique substitutions for today's matchup, knowing they had been eliminated from playoff contention, such as running Peter Schlad on the first line and also giving Andreas Blixt increased playing time. We'll see if they continue to stick with those decisions throughout the rest of this match. Chipped away there by Knight. It's going to draw a foul. Free hit here for the Sockeyes. Seattle calling loudly for substitutions to come onto the court. Head coach of the Sockeyes squad, Tuomas Korhonen, on the court here, set to take the free hit. He'll go to Mulla, shot just wide right off the board. Sinnes shot attempt saved by Cyril Spillman. Close wing, Grenapin. Down the line to Åkesson. Shot attempt wide left off the boards. Finds Matt Smith on the rebound to Grenapin behind the Seattle goal. Grenapin has Åkesson inside the crease. Justin Knight able to put one away for the Ohio Aviators. The Knight Rider just in time. Grenapin had gotten out, broken it out from behind the Seattle goal, and after a quick pass there, looks like from Smith, Grenapin had a perfect mid-range shot, able to put one away behind Ben Kitty and end the drought for the Ohio Aviators. Is their goal song, Baby Shark plays in the background. Your score with 8:48 remaining in the second. Sockeyes 5, Ohio Aviators 2. Far side, Salonen looking to get the angle around Nilsson. Nilsson beating him to the boards, able to come away with it. But it goes off the foot of Brorsen, unable to fully field it, off the body of Kluszewski. Chipped away now by Kalle Harstedt. Up by Brorsen, Taka getting around. Far side, Salonen. Across to Stoltz, the shot high out of bounds. Albin Nilsson in the corner to Kalle Harstedt. Back to Nilsson. Harstedt backing off a bit here. Stoltz looking to come up and meet him. Now he'll retreat back to the three-quarter court line. What's interesting about this line for the Ohio Aviators is that the 5 field players here have played together since day one in the NAFL, all playing during the inaugural NAFL season 3 years ago. For the Utah Raptors team, they've stuck together throughout the years, bringing their talent to the Ohio Aviators in what some call the house that Blixt built. Of course, Andreas Blixt, owner, coach, and operator of the Ohio Aviators, was a player first season for the Fresno Force. Now Kluszewski, shot saved by Spillman. Brorsen trying to break it out into Seattle territory. Losing some control on the wing. Brorsen down deep, shipped away by Taka. Harstedt to Lundmark. Unable to get the angle around Bjerkefeld. He'll have to spin back. Far side, Nilsson to Brorsen. Lundmark at the point, losing control of the ball on the sweep shot. Chipped away, the machine driving down on the wing. He'll look across to Stoltz, who puts another away for the Seattle Sockeyes. Off the Tim Stoltz goal, Seattle re-extending their lead to 4. Tim Stoltz was able to use the backside of Lundmark on that offensive drive to be able to put himself right in the blind spot. Lundmark wasn't sure how close or how far away Tim Stoltz was. That gave him the separation he needed on the close side of the crease in order to put one away. Off of that Tim Stoltz goal, 7:18 remaining in the second. Your score, Seattle Sockeyes 6, Ohio Aviators 2. Recovery on the faceoff there by Seattle. Still going in close. Ben Kitty having a fall on it. It's going to be a penalty shot called there off of that scoring opportunity. And now coming out to take the penalty shot, it's number 7, Kyla Harstedt of the Ohio Aviators up against Ben Kitty in goal here for the Seattle Sockeyes. The NAFL follows all IFF regulations when it comes to penalty shots. However, we impose one extra rule, a 15-second shot clock that all players must abide by on penalty shots. And after time taken to mop the goalkeeper area in front of Ben Kitty, it's about time to head down for the penalty shot. Harstedt getting set and center, discussing with referee Corinna Vanger. Harstedt taken. Favoring the close side, coming in with aggression, he scores! Ben Kitty went low, Kyla Harstedt went high. Off of a rapid last 10 feet there for the Ohio Aviators. Kyla Harstedt coming up big, cutting down the Seattle lead to 3 once more. You can see he took off there on the wing in those last few seconds. Ben Kitty had been down low, expecting perhaps a comeback onto the far side. But alas, Kyla Harstedt stayed the course, able to put away a critical goal here. 7 minutes remaining. It's Sockeyes 6, Aviators 3. Östersund tonight. Knight backing off a bit here. Off the boards, Östersund steal by Salonen, but it's going to be a free hit awarded to the Aviators on that contact. Östersund tonight. Off the boards to Smith, who rotates around to half court on the wing. Now in center lane, behind himself to Östersund. Down to Matt Smith. Smith coming back around to the far side once more. Tim Stoltz getting a little more aggressive in the zone, but that leaves Justin Knight open on the close wing. Back to Östersund. Off the boards, Taka able to get there before Grenepen, but Klazuski unable to chip it. Matt Smith can, however, as he comes away with the steal. He shoots and he scores. Matt Smith for the Ohio Aviators, cutting down the Seattle lead even more. The ball was attempted to be fielded there by Klazuski, but off a chip, it rolled right into Matt Smith's area. He didn't hesitate when it came to his feet. Turned around, he shot, he scored, and your score now with 6:18 remaining in the second period. It's Seattle Sockeyes 6, Ohio Aviators 4. Lundmark driving down off the faceoff. Gets it to Sinez. Now back in Ohio territory. Kyla Harstedt going to take it at his own goal line and look to reset. He'll pass far side to Nilsson. Back to Harstedt. Over to Nilsson once more. Brorsen sends it down the line. Lundmark. Back to Brorsen. Down to Nilsson. To Brorsen. Seattle's defense very conservative here. Ball chipped away by Korpanen. The Aviators on a hot streak here in the second period, looking to come back. Mellon was unable to get the shot attempt off there from inside the crease. Sinez, close side, chipped away off the foot of Harstedt. And Lundmark chips it. Mellon, Brorsen, back to Mellon. Zach Mellon, captain of the Aviators squad, putting one away for his team. Just like that, the Seattle Sockeyes lead cut down by the Ohio Aviators. It was a break there. Brorsen and Mellon were working right back down towards the crease. after the Sockeyes had started to come away with it. And off of that Zach Mellon goal, 5:28 remaining in the second period, it's back to a one-goal game. He started the period with the Aviators goal looking at 2-1. Now it's Sockeyes 6 to Aviators 5. Certainly a lot higher scoring. And it also doesn't tell the tale of the hot streaks both of these teams have went on. It seems almost as a back and forth if you just look at a one-goal match, but we've seen here two distinct periods of play, styles of possession. Seattle dominating the first and parts here of the second, but Ohio has come into their own. That's why they've been able to complete this comeback to this point so far, and they're going to look to do it even more here in Seattle's territory as they try to equalize in the last 5 minutes of the second period. Stoltz sends it back down to Otto Bjerkefeld. Chipped away by Smith. My goodness, he looked like a ninja. Grenipen to Åkesson. Back to Grenipen. Taka and Grenipen on the boards. It's going to be a hit awarded here to the Seattle Sockeyes. Taka with the pump fake. He instead comes down close. Bjerkefeld to Klasiewski with some space for the shot. It's stopped up by Åkesson and Osterström. The pass by Spillman down to Åkesson. Åkesson to Connor Harstedt. First line going to come out here for the Ohio Aviators. Harstedt to Mellon, close wing. Back to Harstedt, front of the crease. Far side to Nilsson. Nilsson still holding on to it, looking for something to do. He'll go to Brorsen. The spin around, pass to Lundmark behind the Seattle goal line. He has Mellon tight inside the crease. Brorsen back to Lundmark. Losing some control. The spin around. Still needing a man to pass to. Deflected by Kaapo Taka. Chipped out of bounds. It'll be a hit in here for the Ohio Aviators. Brorsen to Harstedt. Down to Mellon, looking across, but no one was there to cut towards the goal. Now Seattle possession. 3.5 minutes remaining in the second. Bjerkefeld holding on to it here. His substitutions come onto the court for his Seattle squad. Tim Stoltz facing pressure there. Lundmark and Mellon. It'll go to Bjerkefeld. Around Brorsen to Korhonen. On the boards, Mulla. Chipped away by Kalle Harstedt of the Aviators. He'll take the shot himself. Goes off the body of Tuomas Korhonen. Nilsson able to get there before Korhonen, but it finds Pierce in center court as Nilsson goes to the ground. Mulla, shot saved by Spillman. An intense 30 seconds there for the Ohio defense. Now they'll look to recover as Lundmark goes with the pass to Kalle Harstedt. Harstedt to Nilsson. Behind himself to Harstedt. Down on the wing, Nilsson was looking for Lundmark to cut across, but the pass just a few feet behind, and after the battle on the boards that resulted between Korhonen and Brorsen, a free hit awarded here to the Ohio Aviators. Substitutions coming back onto the court here for the Ohio Aviators squad. Notably, we haven't seen the return of Peter Slot or Andreas Blix to the court during the back half of the second period. Åkesson comes down to Osterström. Back to Åkesson, chipped away there by Kaapo Taka. Osterström, close wing now to Matt Smith. Off the boards finds Grenipen. Now to Åkesson. To Smith. Far side, Osterström. The shot attempt goes off the body of Kaapo Taka. Smith to Åkesson, just saved by Ben Kitty. A beautiful diving save with the helmet. Åkesson, Smith to Knight, back to Åkesson. Looking across the crease to Grenipen, chipped up in the air by Taka. Pierce forcing it to center lane where Kaapo Taka is able to come away with it. Taka, one of the best in the league at moving in traffic. Took him that long to lose sight of the ball, and even then he'll draw the foul and free hit off of a push. Now Seattle getting set here for a free hit. Tim Stoltz set to take it. The lone man there taking the shot. It went wide left of the goal. Salonen able to rebound off the boards. He'll find Bjerkefeld to Stoltz. Stoltz with some speed in his own backcourt. Grenapin coming up to meet him. Close wing, Arnold Bjerkefeld gets it around. Justin Knight, he takes the shot, it rolls over Spillman. Arnold Bjerkefeld, a one-man attack from the wing. The Seattle Sockeyes re-extend their lead and look to ward off the Ohio Aviators' comeback. Stoltz had drawn Grenapin into the backcourt. Bjerkefeld with room and time on the close wing. Smooth moves got him past Justin Knight and in close right towards the edge of the box to make the shot attempt over the shoulder of Cyril Spillman. And off of that Bjerkefeld goal, a minute 25 remaining in the second period. Your score, Seattle Sockeyes 7, Ohio Aviators 5. It'll be Brorson on Stoltz for the faceoff. And after a quick wipe of the floor, ready to resume play, recovery by Ohio on the faceoff. We'll see if they can use this last remaining minute and a half to try and put another goal on the board and keep it a one-goal matchup as they head into intermission. Minute 14 left on the clock as Kapotaka gets set to take the hit in far corner. Bjerkefeld taking a pause. He'll try a chip pass to Taka, but it goes off the chest of Brorson. And that ball called back. It was an Ohio free hit, but they tried to take it too soon before the whistle and catch Seattle off guard. Now Brorson, for real this time. That one saved by Ben Kitty. Lundmark to Brorson. This one's good. Kalle Brorson from the close wing. Able to put one away and bring it back to a one-goal game for the Ohio Aviators. Brorson was the one to take the free hit. We'll watch his motion here on the replay. He tried the shot attempt. Came all the way across court, parked right there at that 45-degree angle as he saw the play developing behind the goal. Kalle Brorson with a major goal here for the Aviators as they look to keep their head up, heading into the intermission. And off the Brorson goal, less than a minute on the clock, it's Sockeyes 7, Aviators 6. Korhonen. Heavy pressure on the boards, still trying to come away with it. It's a 2-on-3 for possession as Korhonen goes to the court. Åkesson losing control of the ball for the sweep shot attempt. Goes to Österström, close side, Knight. Now Grenapin, losing some control, still able to get the ball out to Matt Smith. Knight, out to Grenapin, less than 30 seconds on the clock. Smith in the corner. Down around the bend, finds Åkesson. Back out to Österström. Can Ohio equalize here in the last remaining seconds? Close call, the ball in the air. Ben Kitty able to fall on it. Former teammate of Matt Smith looking for a man to roll it down. Throw it down to Österström as time expires. Your score at the end of the second period, Seattle Sockeyes 7, Ohio Aviators 6. And what was another phenomenal play in the NAFL here between these two teams. Don't worry, we're going to be back in just a few moments with the third period of play between Seattle and Ohio. And of course, stay tuned during the intermission as we bring you another exclusive NAFL player interview. Well, Floorball fans, we've just finished the second period of play here between the Seattle Sockeyes and the Ohio Aviators. We're joined here by coach, owner, and player for the Ohio Aviators, Andreas Blixt. Andreas, how are you feeling after that second period?
After the second period, I'm still disappointed in that we don't show up to play this morning. Been a long season. Guys are tired. The comfort manager is tired, and we're all looking forward to celebrate the win here this afternoon. We just need to land this plane. They're trying to shoot us down with rockets and missiles from all over court, but we're doing our best to keep it together here in the third period and go end this season with a win.
Now, obviously, as a coach, you have a bit of a different perspective on what your team may need to do in the third period to try and come away with that victory. Obviously, you already made some line changes in the second period. Is that going to continue in the third?
Yeah, I need to stop doing this Yahtzee movement with our players and stick to the basics. We're going to have a dedicated first line who is going to do their work with Smitty and Seti and Justin, who is on fire today, and then the second line with Zach Mellon and Colt Rosen will clean up the afterworks that is necessary. So we just need to make sure that all the fans who came here to Deck Center today are getting value for their premium tickets.
And Andreas, obviously, you're coming to the end of your third season here in the NAFL. First year with the Fresno Force, now 2 years in the house that Blixt built as the kid from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. How have you felt about the development, not just of your team, but also the league over these 3 years?
Like the league has been growing sports-like and also entertainment-wise year on year. We have a great level of play. Even though that we're the two bottom teams here, it's a good level of players here, and we could have been in the playoffs if we just put it together early season. The other teams are great, having skillful players, and like the level of floorball here is truly something that is increasing year on year. And we hope that the product that we have been showing off this season, all teams, is something that the crowd have enjoyed back home.
Well, thank you very much for all your hard work. Andreas Blixt, thank you so much for joining us. Floorball fans, don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in just a few minutes with the third period of play between the Seattle Sockeyes and Andreas Blixt's Ohio Aviators. Well, welcome back, Floorball fans, as we get set to head down to the court for the third period of play between the Sockeyes and the Aviators. We'd first like to take a second to remind you of our sponsors. First of all, our clothing partner for the 2024 season, Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa. And of course, our official Floorball partnership for the 2024 season with Fat Pipe, bringing you the latest in floorball technology and beautiful Swiss media yellow. Every floorball you see on an NAFL court this season is Fat Pipe. And a reminder, fans, if you're curious about the statistics to this or any other NAFL matchup, past, present, or future, you can always go online to sportninja.com to view them or download the Sport Ninja app from the App Store. Now, with Ohio's recovery here on the faceoff, they're going to look to create a sustained offensive drive. They've done a great job coming back here against the Seattle Sockeyes after they came to a 4-goal lead there in the second period. The Aviators, within the last minute of the last period, bringing it back to a 1-goal matchup. They're going to look to capitalize on more of that momentum here in the third period against the Sockeyes, who have been playing like a phenomenally well-oiled machine here so far today. This, of course, is the final regular season game for both of these teams. The Seattle Sockeyes only lodging one win so far this season. It came yesterday against the Fresno Force. The Ohio Aviators coming into today's matchup with a 3-6 record with a chance to advance to 4-6. Salonen, close side, looking across for Bjerkefeld, but he was already too deep inside the crease. Taka to Bjerkefeld. That time he made it work. In less than a minute, the Seattle Sockeyes put themselves on the board and look to re-extend their lead here against the Aviators. Kapotaka came close wing to Salonen. It had gone past and around as he had looked for Bjerkefeld. Pataka took it once more, and Bjerkefeld stayed exactly where he was. Yet he still wasn't covered by the defense, leaving him wide open for that shot attempt off the Taka pass. With 19 minutes, 1 second remaining in the third, your score now, Seattle Sockeyes 8, Ohio Aviators 6. Play coming down close wing in Seattle territory. Now behind the goal, Tuomas Korhonen in the corner against Brorsson and Lundmark. Trying to break the ball out. He needs support. It's chipped up in the air. And Zach Mellon actually able to break it down the boards. It looked like it was going to bobble out. Philip Lundmark behind the Seattle goal. He has Nilsson close side. Brorsson parked on the far side of the crease. He'll find Mellon instead. Unable to get the shot attempt off, but Harstead, as the recovery man, was able to get there. Now Nilsson once again on the wing, down to Lundmark. Zach Mellon's shot goes off the helmet there of Ben Kitty, still in bounds. Mellon and Korhonen on the close boards. Off a holding call, it's going to be a free hit for Ohio. They took it so quickly, but Nilsson's shot attempt still unable to connect. Brorsson out to Harstead in his own territory. Down to Brorsson. Lundmark looking across. He was trying to find Mellon, but too much spin sent it leftwards. Now Sinez for Seattle in Ohio territory to Pierce. It's good. Another goal for the Seattle Sockeyes. Seattle coming out in beautiful form today, continuing their performance in the third period. It was a breakaway on the far wing with Sinez and Pierce right on the other side of the goalkeeper area. With the cross-court look, Cyril Spillman wasn't able to recover quick enough. And off of that Evan Pierce goal, 17:50 remaining in the second period. Your score, Seattle Sockeyes 9, Ohio Aviators 6. Seattle once again coming ahead to a lead here over the Ohio Aviators. Seattle, a team that traditionally has struggled in the third period due to stamina concerns. But of course, the elation of a win yesterday and the amount of goals they're scoring today has got to help with finding their second win here in the third period. For the Aviators, of course, they're a team that knows how to close. They're no stranger to close battles in the third period. So we'll see how they're able to react. Is there often a team that plays up to the team that they're facing? They're a team that reacts well to the intensity of the match. They feel out the dynamics and play accordingly. Now as they face a 3-goal deficit again here against the Seattle team, we'll see if they can lock in and do just that. Stoltz losing some control. He'll take the shot. Goes off the body of Felix Osterstrom. Solonen forcing Knight to the boards. Backing off a bit here. Justin Knight gets the angle around Solonen, chipped away by Kluszewski. He'll come to the machine. Close wing over to Stoltz, unable to get the shot attempt off. Tim Stoltz set to take the hit here for Seattle. Off the boards, Bjerkefeld to Taka. Taka backing off a bit here. Kluszewski. Off the boards, he was looking for Stoltz, but miscommunication there allowed Åkesson an angle. But miscommunication on the Ohio passing inversely allows Seattle an opportunity there. The ball chipped up off the Stoltz pass, comes to the close wing. Axel Solonen unable to get there. As the ball goes out of bounds, it's going to be a hit in here for the Ohio Aviators. Nilsson to Harstead. Go far side with Mellon. The same Utah Raptors to Ohio Aviators. First line of NAFL veterans on the court here for the Aviators as they look to put this one away. During the intermission, when we spoke to owner, coach, and operator of the Ohio Aviators, Andreas Blixt, he told us that for this third period, he was going to stop the, as he called it, Yahtzee movement of players on his team between lines. The Aviators have been a squad throughout the season who have made adjustments to their line matchups every game, trying to give different players not just opportunity to have playing time, but to prove themselves in different formats with different lines, forming different chemistry. Free hit here off the high stick. Close side, Albin Nilsson. Comes to Kalle Brorsson. The shot just wide right of Ben Kitty. Mellon gets it to Lundmark. Chipped away there by Mueller. Mueller gets it around Mellon. Sinez. Pass deflected off the body of Harstedt. He'll try and send it down. It goes all the way to Cyril Spillman. Lundmark, the spin around. Pierce behind him. He'll come to Brorsson, close side. Through the legs of Lundmark, over to Kalle Harstedt. 15 minutes remaining in the third period. Nilsson to Brorsson. Still a 3-goal deficit here for Ohio. Looking to change that. Of course, floorball is a fast-paced, high-energy sport where anything can happen, so it's not wise to count out the Aviators just yet. Taka, close wing. Deflected by Nilsson. Lundmark comes away with it. Driving down. He'll find Brorsson. Close wing. The shot off the legs of Mula. To Capo Taka. To Axel Salonen. Taka taking the pass there as an out route. Bjerkefeld far side to Stoltz. Half spin as he tries to get around Åkesson. It's Åkesson and Osterstrom putting pressure on in the corner. Osterstrom coming away with it. He'll be on the close wing, sending his offense down to reset. He'll go to the boards to Matt Smith, deep in Seattle territory, unable to get the ball around Otto Bjerkefeld. Capo Taka to the wing, off the boards. He'll find Kluszewski. To Solonen, that pass chipped away there. Kluszewski able to get a shot attempt off in the crease as the pass went wild, but Spillman on the save. Grenapin now sending one down deep. It was chipped at the very last second. It's going to be an Ohio Aviators hit-in. Åkesson shot off the helmet of Ben Kitty. Some accidental contact there appeared to happen between Bjerkefeld and the referee, Corinna Wenger. A gentleman's hit there by Bjerkefeld. He'll send it down deep into Ohio territory. With a loss today, the Seattle Sockeyes would move to 1-9 on the season, tying the Texas franchise last season, then known as the Texas Tornadoes, with a 1-9 regular season record. If they win today, they could come away with a better record, 2-8, and leave the Tornadoes with a record for the lowest regular season score. And of course, when you look at the scoring differentials in these matches that the Sockeyes have played in this season, you really begin to see how competitive the NAFL has been across all teams, all levels of talent, because even a team that had to wait till the end of the season to notch their first win was able to give most of the league leaders a run for their money throughout this season. Many of these games that Seattle lost, they didn't lose until the third period, and at that, a lot of it had to do with stamina concerns. The Sockeyes were certainly a competitive squad this season that just had several unlucky breaks. Of course, yesterday, however, Whenever they came up with their first franchise victory, it was against the reigning number 1 seed, Fresno Force. Harstedt to Nilsson. Close wing. They'll back out. Pass to Harstedt, far side. Lundmark back to Harstedt. Down deep to Mellon. The backhand shot goes off the chest of Kitty. Lundmark now with the ball on the far side. Looking in, it's chipped away by Mula. Bjerkefeld to Sinez. Spin back around, 2-on-1 on the boards. Far side, chipped behind Sinez. Lundmark now for the Aviators. The spin around, creating some space. Will go back down to Harstedt. Nilsson, powerful pass off the legs there. Korhonen goes to Capo Taka. Taka behind himself to Korhonen as he'll get ready to come off the court. Mueller and Pierce coming on. Korhonen now again, close wing. Down off the boards. Finds Sinez. The larger Albin Nilsson creeping behind him. Able to come away with it with a smooth move, moving his stick behind his back and into the other hand. Now Kalle Harstedt. To Hannes Karlsson. Back down to Karlsson. Down to Lundmark. Karlsson shot attempt off the helmet of Ben Kitty. Kalle Harstedt still able to recover. Down to El Pistolero. Cross court, Nilsson shot wide right. They're making Ben Kitty sprawl every which way as they continue the offensive onslaught. Harstedt to Karlsson. Speeding up the passing here on the close wing. Again, that tight conservative defense here by the Seattle Sockeyes, not giving the Aviators any looks yet. Far side Lundmark. Facing pressure from Mueller. Lundmark able to get the angle and the pass out to Harstedt. The shot attempt goes off the legs of Mueller. Mueller taking it, but Lundmark with the steal again. He shoots just wide left of the goal. To the backboards. It's Mellon and Korhonen. Mellon's going to draw the foul. It'll be a free hit here for the Aviators. Lundmark behind the goal, looking to Mellon inside the crease. Chipped out at the last second by Jonathan Mueller. He had centimeters to spare there as Ben Kitty went the other way. Off the legs of Mueller there, the Mellon pass intercepted. It goes to Stoltz, far side. Stoltz sending it all the way back down to the close corner where Thomas Korhonen waiting. Taka, close side to Kluszewski. Off the boards, finds Salonen. Looking at Stoltz. His shot sailing wide left with a lot of spin. Grennepen able to get there. Nilsson now looking to bring the ball out of Ohio territory. 10 minutes left on the clock. We're officially in the second half of the third period. The Aviators still facing that 3-goal deficit, scoreless here in the third. Salonen with pressure on the boards. Getting chippy. Kluszewski able to stay with it. Just saved by Cyril Spillman. It'll be Tim Stoltz on the hit-in. Off the backboards to Axel Salonen. Shot attempt saved by Spillman. Justin Knight, pass attempt off out of bounds off the body of Tim Stoltz. It's going to be an Aviators hit-in. Grennepen to Osterstrom. Down to Brorsen. Back to Osterstrom. Justin Knight. Comes down off the boards, finds Matt Smith. Looking for Grennepen, but Bjerkefeld able to chip the ball away. Smith going to the ground. Kluszewski, pass intercepted by Justin Knight, finds Grennepen, far wing. Gets the angle around Taka. Forced behind the goal by Ben Kitty. Still looking for space. He'll pass to Matt Smith, across to Osterstrom, shot high out of bounds. It's going to be a Seattle Sockeyes hit-in to end the onslaught there. They're going to call for the goalkeeper area in front of Ben Kitty to be wiped once more. 8:55 remaining in the third period. It's Sockeyes 9, Aviators 6. Whenever we get ready to come back in, it'll be Thomas Korhonen, number 10, set to take it for the Seattle Sockeyes. Ben Kitty getting set to head back down to the court as his area just finished being mopped up. Thomas Korhonen in the far corner, sending his players in motion. Looking down deep for Pierce, but Nilsson with the angle, able to come away with it for the Aviators. Driving down the one-man attack, just saved by Ben Kitty. Mueller able to break it out off the backboards. Gets the angle around Zach Mellon. Mueller looking for Pierce. Finds him deep in Ohio territory. But Spillman able to get the ball off the bounce from the boards. Sinez on Lundmark. Hannes Carlson goes back out to Kalle Harstedt. In center, finds Mellon. Hannes Carlson out to Kalle Harstedt. Far side, Nilsson to Lundmark. Tipped over Jonathan Mueller. Korhonen close side. Gets it around El Pistolero. And finds Mueller. Both Carlson and Korhonen losing sticks there. Far side, Sinez losing some control. Nilsson turning on the Jets, able to get there before Evan Pierce. We're noticing the Seattle Sockeyes playing a little bit more fast with their play here in the third period than we normally see. They're being a little bit more aggressive about their zones, about their counterattack pursuits. Typically, we see them worried enough about stamina that they hold off, but certainly with a 3-goal lead at this point, they can afford to take a few chances. That pass intended for Nilsson, sailing wide, comes down to Kalle Harstedt at the point. He's got Lundmark close side. Looking into the crease to Zach Mellon. Korhonen able to chip it away. It'll come to the close side. Evan Pierce kicks it down the line. Lundmark able to get the angle from Pierce. Pierce forced out of bounds and back in. Lundmark behind himself. Harstedt far side. Carlson to Nilsson. Back to Harstedt. In center, Mellon shot saved by Ben Kitty twice. 7 minutes remain in the third period, and the Seattle Sockeyes keeping their 3-goal lead alive here in the third period. Pass down deep, trying to find Kliszewski. Harstedt sending it down around the boards. We go to Axel Salonen, trying to maintain possession here in Ohio territory for the Sockeyes. Off the boards, Kaapo Taka. Half court, Darren Bjerkefeld. Down to Kliszewski. Off the boards to Salonen with space on the wing. Looking across for Stoltz. Lundmark breaking it up. Tim Stoltz to Kaapo Taka. Down to Arnold Bjerkefeld. Back to Taka. That ball sailing a bit wide. Zach Mellon going to back off on the pursuit there for the Ohio Aviators. Down to Salonen. A smooth move around Albin Nilsson. He's now behind the Ohio goal. Gets it to Stoltz with space. Grenapin coming out to meet him. Bjerkefeld, close side. If nothing else, Seattle doing a great job here of being defensive with the ball while still putting pressure on in Ohio territory. They're killing the clock here in the last few minutes of the third period as they try and stave off any hope of an Ohio Aviators comeback. Tim Stoltz now facing pressure from behind from Matt Smith. Gets it around Grenapin. Stoltz driving down. Over to Salonen on the wing. To Kliszewski. Off the backboards, finds Stoltz. Back down deep to Bjerkefeld. Brorsen now on the pursuit here. Arnold Bjerkefeld, one of the best when it comes to knowing how to move in traffic and get passes around in difficult places. He finds Taka. Deflected by Grenapin. Kaapo Taka, cross-court pass, finds Salonen. Taka to Kliszewski. A beautiful goal as the Seattle Sockeyes hit double digits for the second time in franchise history. Kaapo Taka had come from the close wing. Forced back around half court. He needed a man to pass to. He saw Salonen open on the close wing. Then Taka came with the cross-court finishing pass to Kliszewski, who was waiting, where he seems to always do it, right at the corner of the net. From a short distance, Andres Kliszewski with a beautiful high IQ play there with help from the skillful passing of the Sockeyes. Your score with 5:22 remaining in the third period. It's Seattle Sockeyes 10, Ohio Aviators 6. Recovery on the face-off by Ohio there. Harstedt looking for a man to pass to. Will go to Lundmark, far side. Harstedt to Mellon. Lundmark losing control with support from Bjerkefeld. The ball sent down deep. The Aviators looking to recover. 5 minutes left in the third. 4 goals to go in order to equalize here for the Aviators. Of course, nothing is impossible here on an NAFL court. We've seen far bigger comebacks this season alone. But it's going to take grit and determination here from this Aviators squad. Lundmark, shot attempt, goes out of bounds off the body of Harald Bjerkefeld. Carlson to Lundmark. Bjerkefeld releasing. Heavy contact with Lundmark. Advantage granted to Ohio. Mellon to Harstedt. To Brorsen. Cross court steal by Tim Stoltz. He scores an empty net goal. Off the 6-on-5 play, Tim Stoltz sends one in from past half court. Seattle's lead extended only further as the Aviators' offensive strategy backfires here in the third period. Kalle Harstedt, it passed down to Brorsen. He tried to go with a cross-court pass in the middle. Stoltz was poised there with his ever-conservative defense for the Seattle Sockeyes, just waiting for the right moment from half court, able to put it away. Thanks to Tim Stoltz, the score now, Seattle Sockeyes 11, Ohio Aviators 6. And Cyril Spillman back on the court here for the Aviators after that empty net 6-on-5 strategy. Knight goes far side to Smith. 4 minutes left on the clock. Shot attempt by Smith, saved by Ben Kitty. Kluszewski, close side, cross court. Stoltz, shot deflected by Justin Knight. Shipped away there by Knight. Off the boards, up in the air by Mueller and Grenepen. A powerful kick by Kluszewski. Sends it now to the close wing. 2-on-2 on the boards. Taka backing off Salonen. Able to get it out to Kluszewski still after he takes a tumble. Free hit's going to be awarded here to the Seattle Sockeyes. 3.5 minutes remaining. Axel Salonen getting ready to take it there. The court going to be mopped on the side. Salonen to Stoltz. Heavy pressure from Brorsen, pulling Tim Stoltz back. Seems to be a little upset there with Brorsen. It's going to draw the free hit here for the Seattle Sockeyes. Tim Stoltz and Kluszewski set to take it. He'll let the ball fade to Kluszewski. Uncertain whether or not that was an intentional play. Either way, created a battle for possession. As the ball goes out of bounds, it's going to be a Seattle Sockeyes hit-in. Tim Stoltz, number 11, set to take it. The pass to Kluszewski, just saved. It'll be another hit-in for Seattle. Salonen and Kluszewski. Heavy pressure there from Brorsen and Nilsson, two heavy hitters with big frames. They've been skillful at defense every season in the NAFL. A save there by Spillman off the Kluszewski attempt. Down the line, that pass sailing wide of Brorsen to Bjerkefeld. You can tell Brorsen hanging his head low there. After that miss, he'll come off the court as Hannes Carlson, number 91, comes on at a pivotal moment as Tim Stoltz driving down in that exact area, but Hannes Carlson able to come away with it. Kluszewski chipping the ball back. Carlson, El Pistolero behind his own goal, coming now to the close corner. Off the backboards, finds Kalle Harstedt. In the center, Nilsson, ball chipped away by Taka. Carlson to Lundmark. He'll have to recover it himself from the corner. Unable to get the speed around Bjerkefeld. A Mellon shot attempt from close range, saved by Ben Kitty. Salonen off the legs of Carlson, chipped up by Lundmark off the body of Axel Salonen. Goes far side. Tim Stoltz. He'll take the ball as a delayed penalty call comes here. Tim Stoltz asking the referees there for a 2+2. Axel Salonen had went down to the court there. Some physical contact with number 7, Kalle Harstedt. Both teams getting a little chippy there on the court. Kalle Harstedt now coming off. 2 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the third period. And the Seattle Sockeyes about to enter power play here, already with a 5-goal lead. This most certainly is looking to be the nail in the coffin here. We'll resume play after the floor mopped up. Kapotaka going over and discussing strategy with Bjerkefelt and Kluszewski. Kluszewski, of course, has come up in a major way for the Seattle Sockeyes today as they have their second double-digit game in a row. The only two double-digit games in franchise history. And Andreas Kluszewski, now tied, is the league leader in goals. We'll see if he can try and get one more here this match in power play against the Ohio Aviators to put himself over the top. Bjerkefelt with Kluszewski. Comes back out to Taka at the point. Far side, Stoltz. Back to Taka, to Stoltz. Shot attempt off the body there, Matt Smith. Taka gets it to Kluszewski on the wing. Bjerkefelt comes back to Kluszewski. Working with Kapotaka. Far side, Tim Stoltz. Salonen looking for a man. He'll come to Bjerkefelt. Salonen again on the wing. Kluszewski in center. A very tight defense here from the Aviators. And as that pass goes wide, Justin Knight now going to release from the zone, but that gives Bjerkefelt an opportunity to get it across. Finds Salonen to Kluszewski. He puts it away. Andreas Kluszewski, now the NAFL leader in goals scored. The Seattle Sockeyes with the power play goal took them 55 seconds. Justin Knight had released from the zone, giving Bjerkefelt an opportunity to pass across. Salonen took it on the far side, didn't like the look he got, but he saw Bjerkefelt waiting at the top. An age-old tale here, this matchup at least for the Seattle Sockeyes. After that Kluszewski goal, your score with 1:24 remaining, it's Sockeyes 12, Aviators 6. Court had to be mopped up again there one last time. As we head down for the face-off now, it's Korhonen on Mellon. Korhonen calling the referee over to evaluate. The ball sent down deep. It'll bobble and bumble over the boards as it's now going to be a Seattle Sockeyes possession. Korhonen will send it down deep, trying to find Mulla. It goes off the body there of Albin Nilsson. Taken back there, Kuzmarski here for the Seattle Sockeyes. Ships it over to Mulla. Spin back around, Lundmark taking possession. He'll spin around. He's going to go behind the goal. Looking across to Nilsson. Still able to find Harstedt. Down to Albin Nilsson on the close wing. Off the boards to Harstedt. 45 seconds left on the clock as the Seattle Sockeyes get ready to have their second win in franchise history. A lot of that with the help of Andreas Kluszewski. 5 goals today, now the NAFL leader with 24 goals total this season. Once again, a testament to the level of play that the Seattle Sockeyes have brought to this league, even if their record doesn't necessarily reflect it. Less than 30 seconds on the clock. Ala Harstedt's shot attempt goes off the body there of Tuomas Korhonen. Another attempt by El Pistolero. That shot was en fuego, but it still sailed wide around the goal. Tuomas Korhonen holding on to it now as we enter the last 10 seconds. Will Seattle try for one last goal? More like a pass from Korhonen to Cyril Spillman. He'll hold on to it and bounce the ball as time expires and the regular season ends for both teams. The Seattle Sockeyes coming away with their second win in franchise history on a 2-game win streak to close out the regular season. They'll advance to 2-8. Both of these teams closing out their 2024 season, able to hold their heads high knowing they brought incredible action to the NAFL this year. Between returning stars and new talent, they made this season the most competitive ever. Your final score here live from the Duluth Entertainment Convention Center Arena in Duluth, Minnesota. It's Seattle Sockeyes 12, Ohio Aviators 6. Floorball fans, we hope that you'll join us later today for more primetime NAFL action at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time when the Texas 39ers take on the Minnesota Growlers in a game that will decide the final playoff standings heading into tomorrow's semifinal matchups for the Troy Cup and, of course, the Troy Cup final this July 28th. And, of course, stay tuned on this broadcast as we bring you another exclusive NAFL postgame interview. Well, Floorball fans of the NAFL, we've just finished the regular season matchup here between the Seattle Sockeyes and the Ohio Aviators. We're joined here by number 81, Anton Incinez. How are you feeling after that victory?
It feels great. We were hoping for one victory, we got two. We're not in the playoff, but yeah, we're having fun. It's great.
Obviously, you played great yourself out on the court, coming away with a goal. What did that feel like now that you were firing on all cylinders as a team?
Yeah, so with Evan, we know yourself. We've been like playing great passes. I made him an assist for him. He made me one assist. So yeah.
And Anton, and now as you've come to the end of your first season here in the NAFL, what's your honest reaction to the level of play you've seen, the chemistry you built with your team, and the league as a whole?
Yeah, so we built a great chemistry. It was really fun, really great. And the level, yeah, it was fun. We were playing at high level against great players from the whole world. It's really nice.
Well, Anton, congratulations on your first season in the NAFL and, of course, on your win today. Thank you so much for joining us. And Floorball fans, don't worry. We have our final regular season matchup coming to you live at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time between the Texas 39ers and the Minnesota Growlers. We hope to see you then. Until then, I've been your host, Tanner David.